site. Leading that charge, Carpe with the Tiger, and Sire's already in.
He's done well to find the first, but he's stuck inside those mollies and can't make his way out. A nano swarm kill onto Saya, and a blindsided swing. KAPTAN only gets one for his trouble, but the numbers, they stay in their favor as FUT controlled the site. The spike on the floor as well, and Munchkin has no idea on that final player. He spotted him now, but not able to adjust in time. The first round is for FUT. This squad really not able to fight anywhere near the level that it looked like they would be beginning this. I love the utility from T1. A much quicker take towards B this time, strangling all of the space out of their opponent's control, and they're going to flash through to make the big play. And even then, it's not catching anyone. They've been fully pushed back by the util and the plant acquired.
Needing the heals for a little bit of help, and actually it's going to be qRaxs to get rid of Ban. Spike not quite being planted. Xeta's aggressive position, he's got to be careful. There are multiple players just around this corner. The flash connects, but he's not going to aggress off it just yet, and MrFaliN is already going to put this into a further advantage. They need a bit of a hero, and the trades are fantastic. Leaving ayaplayer once again alone, and he's going to get cleared out. FUT are going to make that work with 2 Bulldogs and 3 pistols, Mitch. That's something I really wanted to look into with this team, is sort of why they struggled versus their opponents. And a lot of it came down to the opening duels versus the duelists on the other side. KANKANG and Artis having a field day versus T1. Kiwi, well, he's going to kick things off once again. ayaplayer, though, he's there. And Ban's found one with a pistol. Every single round becoming competitive so far. Is this one going to settle on their side? And they almost managed to get rid of MrFaliN.
Yeah, that was the recovered rifle, and look at Saya. They got this orb to start the round out. Got the Blade Storm online, and that has been rewarded tenfold. Just MrFaliN, 56 HP. And although he finds the first, he is left on 1.
He lost 55.
That's a tough situation. Headshot needed onto Ban at least. They've got the angles here, a bit more damage, but that's all that will be found. As finally, T1 are on the board. Saya looks to claim some more scalps. Look at FUT's response, falling back, and indeed conceding the entirety of this site. Players in the spawn, and that's about as close as they're going to be. The same attempt at spamming through, and it's done some good damage. Yeah, Ban is down pretty low, but they can be healed. And safe to plant inside of that cove. Viper's pit down for the post plant.
He's going to stay in it, I think.
Yeah.
Lockdown being utilized, but he doesn't want to give up that pit. KO ult's gone through on the other side as well, so it will be the detain for xeta. But he's able to hold on for the moment. Even still, though, initial frag goes the way of Kiwis, doing work, but Carpe just gets 2 through the pit. A little bit more for him as well. One more standing, a potential ace. But he's just playing passive this time, not looking to get over-aggressive. You know he wants that final kill. We'll hear the tap onto the spike, but it's not quite there. And mojj is going to try and close it, but instead, it's ayaplayer. A huge round for Carpe. Real opportunities for a solid execute with all of the utility that they have, and Ban's util almost renowned for getting you into an afterplant.
Oh, much more shallow this time on the wall through, trying to link up with the art players and then push on the back of it. ayaplayer will only get the 1, and Carpe actually caught on the way through the molly, slowing them down on this and putting T1 in a pretty tough position. You still have a Viper's Pit to fight back in on the side of FUT. They need to take some space of their own, and that's exactly what they're looking for. KAPTAN in the corner, and although he's moving fast, he's not quick enough on his feet, but look at the HP of Ban. So incredibly low with mojj just trying to find him, and he'll locate that final kill, even save the op through to the next round.
Yeah, it wasn't bad from T1 considering how the initial fights went. And it seems like on the other side of things, the only goal really of xeta is to play into that late lurk. The thing is, though, they're so confident in Kiwi's position. Almost caught floating through the air. And that's a big kill. Now things get a little bit panicky as the rest go pushing in towards that site. But mojj, as you said, has caught the spike.
Yeah, they went elsewhere. You know, that was just a flank on B. The lurk late into the round. Ban's up close, and they haven't spotted him. Good repositioning, spike retrieved, and as we said, you had that flanker, that lurker later into the round. Still, they're controlling the B site. xeta's got it on lockdown. They can move that spike around. They're doing so a little bit slowly. It is allowing FUT to rotate into position, maybe be close by. And it's not like xeta has anything to catch them off guard here. He's very much just holding this map control so they can get the plant in late round. It's a good pivot, a good recovery. Munchkin, oh, he was so patient, but he's been spotted on the way back out.
I'm looking at that null command as well. Now they've spotted that flanker. Can potentially remove the util. The rest of the players, they know there's one in towards that backside, which likely means there's either one out towards long or back in on that lurk.
That's a great kill. They're starting to narrow down the angles, but they didn't know that Munchkin was still there. The ammo, the real issue here for xeta is KAPTAN. Definitely a smile on his face now as they are pushing that lead even further up. And this is T1's buy round. Don't want to leave anything on the table.
I like this though. T1 just going back to what was working. Faster pace hits, sending in ayaplayer as that initial fight, the Reckoning online. They've been farming up orbs throughout the game to get this all online just because of the space it builds up. They do have to be careful though, because FUT have been very happy to just sit on the edge, spam through, and do so much damage, and it's worked out for them again. Carpe is going to be caught.
And the lockdown's traded out as well. That might force some of these players to take a step forward in some circumstances.
As well.
But they've decided to fall on back, concede that control.
I call this around the Observer's Nightmare.
Yeah.
It's just every single hole just being spammed into position.
Viper's Pit went down, but so did MrFaliN. They've got to get on this spike pretty soon to force players out into the open, and there they are. They've spotted the whole squad, but there's too many bodies to take down. T1 holding strong. They've still got that utility to play behind, but mojj has got the angle up top. The smoke's holding off for just a few seconds longer. It could be long enough. Kiwi's close, and he'll get it across the line. Oh, a devastating round for T1. As the defuse right under their nose puts 8 rounds on the board for the side of FUT.
8-3. I think many expected T1, especially on their map choice, to come out swinging. And they are getting decimated. What a shot by Kiwi to start. These rounds may have been close, but the scoreline definitely isn't.
He's been a menace with that operator early round, but hasn't needed to do a whole lot. It's players like mojj, like KAPTAN, pulling it out later on. qRaxs, who's been an animal for spraying people down through smokes, well, he's finally gotten a little bit of karma coming his way. Flash ready. Carpe wants to punish. They know there's a player there, and they'll catch him through the wall. Great prediction from Carpe. And Kiwi not able to hit the shot with the op. Too many targets. All out in the open. He's got cover this time. A player up close, ready to help, and well, his help will certainly be needed. MrFaliN, is he going to swing out to realize these players have given up the control? Yes, they've moved towards the stairs where the spike is dropped. mojj has the cross, spotted both on the way around, and now they can just hold this together, or maybe not. They separated. Munchkin isolates. 40 HP and 4 bullets. The spike down towards the stairs. He has to move. And in fact, it's his opponent that's moving first. mojj repositioning, maybe knowing that the spike is there, that he can catch it timing.
It's just all about the bait. Maybe expecting to be surrounded. Now Munchkin's going to be the one to go that little bit further forward, hoping to find his opponent, but eventually he has to make his move, has to go for this plant, and he's not going to be expecting him to be in that same position, desperately trying to find out where mojj is coming from, but instead he's just wrapped back into exactly the same spot, and he will land the shot. The only thing stopping FUT from dominating in this map is the curse. And well, to be honest, Mitch, it depends how much you believe in it. Fact is, though, T1 have a great read here.
Yeah, ayaplayer's flank should be perfect, but it's going to take a while to come through. The players on site will have some trouble holding it down. One wall goes through. This is going to section them all around the backside. Low HP, though, on Munchkin. He doesn't really want to fight, but it'll be forced on him anyways. Good opening for Kiwi. Just look at ayaplayer. He snuck past the turret. He put his cloudburst up, and now they have no idea that he is sneaking his way through. That's an awkward fight. It's bought time, given an opportunity. Perhaps Kiwi can win that fight now if he wasn't crunched on, if there wasn't support here to play with. We're back down to a 2v3. Low HP on a lot of FUT players. The spike has to be defused, and time is on their side. They can swing out one at a time, or they can go all together. Double digits found for FUT. Shifting back towards the B side. The orb was taken, and so MrFaliN had the lockdown to work with. It's on the floor to buy them space on B. Oh, space that will be undeniable as they waltz their way into this site. Choice of where to plant is very much theirs. They still haven't gone for the plant yet. I mean, there's a lot of time for this T1 squad to get back in here, go for spams, especially with such an open plant spot. It's worked out, but you're going to be caught by the flash on the way through. Players spotted moving towards the elbow. That's where T1 wanted to fight for a moment, but xeta and Carpe both down. Ban falls too. Bladestorm blinded in the open, and that is only going to leave Munchkin. Had some great rounds already, but not this time. It would be a miracle to pull out that 1v4. 12 on the board for FUT.
Munchkin sat at the back of the site with a lockdown and a judge. The rest of the team nowhere to be seen. In fact, Saya's gone all the way up mid, but he's going to be no help in this round.
Now Walkout going to take a while to come through. Player like Munchkin may be able to find value if someone from FUT overextends.
Oh,
what was that? A collateral? Oh, well, now that judge is certainly looking a little worse for wear towards this elbow. They're going in, though. They've given him the control, and the fight is his. The lockdown online, and he can defend this. Pushing back in's not a good idea. In fact, they won't get anywhere close to it. Kiwi caught in the open, and we're back down to not just the way back through for T1, but the man advantage to work with as well. It won't last too long without a captain. The trade out is good for MrFaliN, and he'll close it at that. FUT with 13-4. Their opening map in Los Angeles could not have gone much better. If this is a sign of what's to come, it's going to be a pretty quick series. Now it's their map choice, and we are certainly not slowing down. The side of T1 had a lot of fast-paced takes, and kicking off this map, it's just the same. Saya denied that early fight, though. The Cloudburst not going to stay up for long. Their safe haven deteriorating. ASER falls too. Mojj putting up a good performance, but not good enough. It's left down to the Gecko of qRaxs. And Tom, we've seen Gecko quite a bit. It hasn't been something to write home about for the side of FUT so far.
I don't even know if he'll use any of it. Just needs to land the shots. And that's where qRaxs seems to do his best work. If you didn't have enough of the FUT clutches in the last map, well, they're right back in a 1v2 to kick things off. Slight adaptation. This time, though, it is direct. Very direct indeed. The first 20 seconds of the round may have gone, but already into the site they go. And, well, you mentioned smoke spams. There's one apiece.
Yeah, mojj managed to catch them on the way through. That's the problem. They knew where he was spamming from, and well, a lucky shot on the return gets them the reward. Flash for right side, but no follow-up. They're not looking to take that control, but they have spotted the operator around here. It's good information to play with. Thrash on the way through, and it catches nobody. They've sidestepped it completely. Not going to be retrievable in its current position. Captain falls, and T1, they are in with a serious chance now, locking these players out of control. A quick double kill. It doesn't seem to be enough. Ooh. Even if that shot was connected for Kiwi, it would be a tough clutch, but with two opponents still standing, it's time to get out of there.
They haven't been trading effectively, and just allowing players like that to almost take over. Early stun, and Kiwi already taking that space. He's going to get one for free. No, it's actually a miss.
Well, he's got the drone at least, but not quite the same reward. Gets back in time to be caught by the Rolling Thunder. Pretty much out of this round for a few seconds, and he'll be caught by Ban, who's doubling up on the site. MrFaliN catches them blinded up on site before he's dropped, but they can't get ahead in the fights. It's still mojj, left in a 1v2. T1 have got the plant in. Now they can hold this down together, even looking to double swing it, and the double not needed. Munchkin quick to the trigger. The lead stays with T1.
By the looks of things this round, they're going into A in the same sort of pace.
Oh my, look how quickly the push has come through from Captain. Sure, there's a fight, a brawl, in fact, going down on short, but they have full middle control as well at the same time. You know, FUT, they give it up late into the round, probably good that they did. That lockdown could be served to fake out and rotate back across the map, but more likely just to sit in position and claim the space afterwards. FUT will be conceding it all.
Yeah, at least they didn't manage to get the thrash back, but that early usage again, just trying to deny the same sort of push that came through in the last round, and the rest of the team looking to build up in this retake. Now you have to bear in mind, in terms of utility, there's a couple of flashes. I was going to say there's no paranoia to get them back in. They don't need it. T1 went looking. They wanted to fight, they wanted to scrap, and because of that, they now find themselves in a 5v2 scenario. Flank comes through from mojj as well. Munchkin needs to pull off one of the most ridiculous clutches you ever will have seen, and well, they're already spamming into the smoke. They know where he is. It's all too easy for FUT.
You can see Ban has snuck past Kiwi. He's now tucked in the corner. Space will be taken. It's ayaplayer coming up close, but further back was Munchkin. He's caught. Cloudburst, good the dodge on the paranoia, but he'll still be taken down. Carpe with a good frag. They haven't spotted out a captain. He's doubling up, holding strong on the site. He doesn't need any help. Saw Thrash go in, but well, he already had it on lockdown. xeta the last man alive. We'll find the first. xeta captain's kill streak finally coming to a conclusion, but with just a couple of seconds left on that clock, I think we know this round is going into FUT's corner. The question is, will the rifle be carried through? The timing was nearly terrible, but it looks like he's locked it in. Blade Storm online. ayaplayer could be very dangerous with this. A pre-fire blade around the corner, and he's on his way through. Stun caught. He's up top, safe for a moment, allowed to recover. Will he be spotted after? No, not before he can grab a kill without a captain down. Blades refreshed. And the site seems to be theirs. Even that judge going to be quite scary, as exactly for that reason. It's up close, it's able to spam in the smoke, and if anything goes awry, he has that Blade Storm still to fall back on. This could be a tough fight for Kiwi.
Yeah, I almost feel like at this stage, someone has to make a mistake. And while Carpe's doubled up, kept this further into their favor, Kiwi will be able to get one, and actually MrFaliN's found another. Somehow, in this 2v5 scenario, it's beginning to look competitive with an isolated player within the smoke. Munchkin has a chance to put this one to bed, as MrFaliN is now all that remains. The other two players just waiting on long, and T1 will claim their fifth at the hands of Munchkin. Killjoy util and a contact player in Munchkin. You'd have to hope for T1 they can get something on the entry here.
Well, Kiwi's got some control. A player spotted as well. He'll look for the fight, and that's an execution.
Beautiful paranoia.
Munchkin down immediately. The paranoia even stopped the players further back from peeking out to help. There were two ready to swing. Carpe and Ban, and both have been found by Kiwi. They didn't take the fight earlier, and they were forced into it later. This is looking rough. T1 blocked out completely. And even that late flank that they're attempting with ayaplayer, there might not be anything left to flank. They have enough bodies to cover more or less every single angle at this point, and once they catch out xeta, it gets tough. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, we won't even talk about that for Saya, because it's an ace for Kiwi, kicking off half two with style.
See, this is the thing. Like, I know we go back a couple of years. We talk about the old school, maybe like a Supermassive Blaze, Turkish Valorant. It was just run in, get headshots, get all of the kills. You look at those first 3 kills for Kiwi, every single player was blind. Supportive flash off the paranoia. Pop flash came through as well from MrFaliN. The last player, I think, was split second away from getting stunned, so obviously they're moving as well. It might not count as an assist, but it definitely was one. This is a rough position for T1 to be in. And just look at what they've got. 2 rifles, pistols, and on the other side of things, they've got everything to play with.
Nice aggression, though. Saya's not only caught... Whoa,
what?
No! I don't know how he went down there. Sure, the trade is in. Just another remarkable fight from Kiwi. The advantage, though, is certainly falling into the court of T1. 2 rifles to work with. One of them is in the hands of Ban, who we see on the C site. Players coming from either angle. They know that Carpe is here now, and they'll shut him down. Only Ban left to find, and qRaxs does, well, makes it look easy. He'll be left alone. Still has his wingman to work with. Maybe the plant can go down. He can try to move to a post plant already, start the flank.
He'll get his ult off this as well.
Oh, that's huge.
It's tough to use in these sort of scenarios. To isolate a player. If he gets it into the 1v1, you almost have to say that this round is his, and xeta is going to try and sell a ruse. Maybe that both players are coming in from that direction. Yet to move is going to be Munchkin. The spray's a little bit wild. He's going to go running back into his opponent. Munchkin will just about find the victory in that round. Win their battle themselves. Kiwi, well, we've mentioned him going in solo every single time, but it's actually Saya getting caught. The trades coming across the map. Individual fight after individual fight, but T1, they've come out on top here and have a lot in their favor. 2 ultimates if they need them, and a man advantage.
Yeah, T1 know that they're happy to play retake on A if needed. Too much of a risk to stick around on site, but they have a lockdown, which can very comfortably get them set up. There you go. The star of the show.
Yeah, we love wingman in this house.
Little bro, he's got the plant in. He's bought them that little bit of time now as the clock moves into their favor. Rolling Thunder avoiding it at first. MrFaliN actually grabs a kill off of utility, and he's still standing strong down below. ASER on for another. MrFaliN still hasn't been rooted out. They just couldn't deal with this breach, and every single player shut down on the way to take that duel. It looks like the C site is what they have their sights set on. Ban tucked in that corner. He'd managed to sneak his way here just a few moments ago. Shot. I mean, that very much looks like that should be the only player here. They're not checking Ban at first. And they paid the price. A double kill. The Hunter's Fury fired out a little too far away from the first. And nothing found in the second. This is right back into play for T1.
That looked like it was on, especially the first one, but hey, Ban has made this one competitive. Started to come alive over the last couple of rounds. mojj, xeta just unable to connect. That's been a couple of opportunities in this round, and Carpe, well, he's low. Wanted to try and take a risk. Now just look at the space that is there for FUT. The other player's so desperately far away. Now that alarm bot likely not going to be online from that sort of distance. Incredibly far away, but I think the position of mojj holds a lot more value. Someone they need to clear. xeta has done well though, but the trade is immediate, and now it's left all onto Munchkin.
Full belt of utility to work with, at the very least. That smoke fading. There you go.
Look at the ults.
The Rolling Thunder will be committed. They're not risking anything in this 2v1. A stun through gives away his position. mojj knows exactly where to look. And another found for FUT.
A great sign for them thus far in this game. ASER, is he actually just going to stick that all the way through? He did. He held it. He went onto the site and just found an opener. No fear in this man's heart. They've still got a couple of positions that they need to clear. The lockdown's going to make things more awkward, and the position of Munchkin could do serious damage. They're just going to back out of there. So much time on the clock that they don't need to risk it.
Oh, okay. One player detained. There was only space for ASER. Couldn't fit two players in the safe corner, the safe spot. T1 back into A. 3 players here. I thought FUT were out, like fully out, once qRaxs didn't go for the plant with the wingman. Once the spike went running back all the way down A long. And indeed, they will be changing direction, but very, very slowly from the shadows. Spots one player, but yeah, you're starting to get the idea that they're rotating. If you're on the side of T1, the plant coming
Lil
through.
Bro's got this one. Don't worry, not need for any help here.
Boom. That's how we do it.
They
now
even tried
they're
to
very quickly
paranoid.
on it. They're going to try and defuse this already, tapping it immediately and causing this utility to start being thrown out. How has qRaxs found that? A nail in the coffin for the squad of T1 as qRaxs picks up even more. The flank is on its way, and that will do it. 13-7. An incredible debut for the side of FUT as they take their opening series 2-0, barely breaking a sweat.
Yeah, the first Turkish team to make it here to Champions. We've had individual players here and there, but they're the first full squad to do it, and what a debut.